cookies, the cheetah piss.
Cheetah piss?
Yeah.
What? I'm never smoking that. H, what I need you to do for the rest of the interview is just try and stay face on to the camera, because you got this like gangster shit where you're not even like, I
got
need
a
you
side
like,
angle.
Like, we need some facial shots now. I love this. Hey Diamondz, my name is SicNis, which is an acronym that stands for Succeeding in Possible Circumstances Needs Intellectual Strength. But I do know you know this already, Diamondz. We do this every single week, like for well over a year now. You know, it's the drill, it's the mantra, it's the affirmation. And this evening, Diamondz, I am so gassed. I'm so gassed at Diamondz about our guest this evening, because not only is our fabulous guest the epitome of a wordsmith, lyricist, lexicon, he's also an entrepreneur, part owner in a couple of juice bars, and he's got a lot of love for them kids. So without further ado, let's just give a warm round of applause and big love to my homie and Booski, Dopebwoy Menace.
Dopebwoy. What up, people? What up, people? What up, people?
So Dopebwoy, Diamondz, like, forgive me. Like, not only is he my homie, but I'm absolutely a fan. He's like in my top 3 of all time. So, Dopebwoy, let's just start here, because you're from Harlem. What created in Harlem? That's the tag, right? That's the Instagram. That's the Instagram, isn't it?
Yes, my IG is created in Harlem.
Created in Harlem. And you said, Dopebwoy, you said from Trapper Dan to Dopebwoy and back to H Menace. So take us a little bit along this journey, please.
Yeah, so Trapper Dan was like, I want to say 2020, but right before COVID, when I had took it back to Trapper Dan, you know, a lot of people, like a lot of my fans was asking for that, like, you need that trap back, you know what I'm saying? Because I was going like more of a conscious, like lyrical phase, and then they was like, we need that trap back, we need that back from you a little bit, like that's how you started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I wrote that freestyle, and it's called Venus. I said, yes. from Dopebwoy to Trapper Dan back to H Menace. You know what I'm saying? So I went to Trapper Dan. H Menace is the origin. That was when I first started out. That's when I was creating beats and creating songs and hooks and lyrics and everything in a song format. Then I went to Trapper Dan. I went deep into the trap, and then, you know, Dopebwoy is just the new wave.
I love that, the new wave. So let's go back to H Menace for 1 second.
H stand for Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
So I was Harlem. I was a menace when I was in Harlem. I was everybody, peers and their grandmothers and mothers and fathers used to be like, that boy's a menace right there. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how that menace came in there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't really the menace though. I was hanging in the wrong crowd, and and you know, I was also a good kid. So when the good kids' parents would see me hanging with the good kids, they would also see me hanging with the, you know, the thugs. So when I would hang with the good kids, the mothers and the parents and the grandparents, they'd be like, that boy's a menace. I see him all the time, and blah. But I really wasn't. I just was cool with the thugs, and I was cool with I was in between.
So what, you saying that you was more of a thug nerd, that you was more nerd than thug, or were you like a healthy dose of the two?
I was definitely way more nerd than thug.
Okay. So what was it like growing up in Harlem? How it's perceived in the movies, is that really what it's like on an everyday basis? Like, what is the normal?
It depends on which movie you saw. Which movie you saw? What are you talking about? Paid in Full?
Possibly.
That's a classic. The one with Cameron.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so yeah, it's pretty much like that, but a little bit more dangerous.
Really?
Yeah, it's like that, but they watered it down.
Okay.
And it's still, and that movie is old. That movie is portraying early 90s.
90s, yes.
Yeah, so right now with this drill music, and I love drill music. I love all things that black people come up with. Don't get me wrong. But right now with this drill music, Harlem is very bad right now. They shooting people left. That's I don't even. It's just it's ugly. You know what I mean? I pray for my city, man.
Yes, definitely. We pray for all our cities, because right now the stuff that's going on in the world is just a complete madness everywhere. Like nowhere is exempt from the craziness that is happening in this world right now. And it's we need to send our group prayers.
Let's just say it's just crazy and we need to do better. But it's still a loving place.
I understand that. I completely get that. I completely get that.
We come from, we mean good. You know what I'm saying? We mean good, but you know, man. And I want to just say something quick too, like the drill music. I love the drill music, but it kind of like the drill music is different. Like when people are doing the drill music, they're really doing the shit that they're talking about. Now it's different. People used to just rap about it or allude to it or make metaphors out of it or rap about what they saw something go down. But now if you're not actually doing it, and that's kind of like that's kind of the reason why like Pop Smoke, God bless the dead, and he's from Brooklyn though, but just people in New York City I want to name. Pop Smoke, I want to say Favi, who Mace just signed, and you saw that whole thing with Mace. You know, Mace is from Harlem, a big rapper from the 90s. He signed Fabio. They got into a little dispute. But what I want to say is 22 G's, all these people that got this drill music going, they're really doing that shit. And then it's got to the point where the fans feel like if you're not really doing that shit, if you're not really drilling, then they don't want to hear that designer rap really like that. And when I say designer rap, I mean like that's why you don't really hear too much about people like Rich the Kid, YN Mayor, all those people who had designer rap, like, you know what I mean? And you got people like there's a couple artists that I would label in the designer rap era, but that kind of faded out. And now it's like more like if you're not doing the drill, they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it makes it a little dangerous. That's why Harlem's a little bit more dangerous. That's why New York City's a little bit more dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. So speaking of Cameron, Dopebwoy, you flipped a really hot sample of the Diplomats.
You're talking about the Megalodon freestyle that I just dropped.
The Megalodon is the one.
That's that beat is flipped. Dipset. Really, I really mean it. What I'm doing with that is I'm just bringing back that feel, like big wave. I'm the Megalodon. That era of music with those beats, but flipped a little bit until you heard
new wave.
Yeah. I didn't even do that. That beat was already done. Actually, shot G Herbo. That was one of his producers flipped that, and I was like, I like that. I'm jumping on that early. And G Herbo, he's from what, Chicago? You know what I mean? So that was really that was dope that he paid homage to my town. He took that beat and flipped it, and I was like, nah, I gotta do that now. I gotta on that.
Yeah, dope.
You know what I'm saying? So when he did that, he gave me an idea of this is how I'm gonna run my project.
So the new wave, the Megalodon. That's the like opening line on the single. It is big wave on the Megalodon. So is this what we can expect coming up from new projects from Dopebwoy?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna name it the Megalodon, but a lot of people was telling me I should name the project Megalodon.
I think that's a great follow-up to Agartha, personally.
Yeah. Wait, the Megalodon freestyle kind of latches on after the Agartha project, because the Agartha project is a project that goes from the origin of my style into how I flipped it into the new style. That's why I called it Agartha. Remember I told you that's why I called it Agartha, because we all know what Agartha is. That's like the inner earth. where there's like it's like, okay, there's like Agartha's like a place in the earth where there's like trees. They're 10 times bigger than our trees. It's like the new wave down there. They have all types of intelligent life forms, and you know they're on like the next level. So that's why I went from my style, Agartha Flex, you know, War K 2K War 2020, blue bands.
Don't skip through them. Don't skip through them. Okay, so speaking of Agartha, Dopebwoy, listen, I am mad with you when it comes to this project. I am so mad with you when it comes to this Agartha project, because that project is the tightest of body of work. That still to this day, it's just absolutely so fresh. Why is this not on streaming platforms? Why are there no visuals for it? Like, what's going on with that?
I kind of like lost like the momentum after it was done, because like they wouldn't clear the samples.
What?
A lot of the samples wouldn't get cleared. And I was leasing certain beats, and then I didn't know like some of the producers didn't have clearance to some of the samples. So that's what happened with that project, and why it ended up on YouTube for free. I was like, you know what? I'll give it to him.
So wait,
I got new shit coming out harder than that. That was like 2 years ago. Like this next shit I'm coming out with, and this one I'm coming out with, I'm gonna give him something else free, because I gotta give some free shit before I lock it down real quick, before I put shit on all streaming platforms. Just to log them back in. You know, you throw the worm on the fish, you put the worm in the fish mouth and you throw it out there, you tangle on it. When they come up, you know what I mean? It'd be the wave. So that's why when I drop the Megalodon, I'm working in, I'm tapping in. I already got my young boy, my producers. I got dudes like my young boy S Banshee. You know what I'm saying? He's crazy with the beats. He the one who engineered that Megalodon freestyle for me. You know what I'm saying? I got Navi. I got all my young boys. I'm about to introduce all of them. It's about to go down on this next project when I do put things on streaming platforms.
Love to hear that. Love to hear that so much. Cannot wait for that. I am waiting with bated breath as well, you know. But let's just unpack that one little second. So you're saying to me that producers who you've obviously procured these beats from, they did not have their together. So when it came to releasing the project, there was some issues with sample clearances.
Yeah.
I hate that. And I don't even care if you've got some personal relationship with these producers right now. Producers, get your together, because we ain't coming to you with someone else's bars.
I can say this though. None of my personal relationship producers didn't have sample clearance issues. It was those big YouTube producers that I cop beats from, that had the whole...
That lease them shits to everybody. They sell them shits to everybody. No, just stop doing that shit.
The problems came from them.
Oh my gosh. And you know, like, as soon as one of them songs is a go, then they'll be coming with their isms and schisms. No, producers, get your shit together.
They'll be coming with their cease and desist.
Foolish. So back to Agartha for 1 second. Well, not for 1 second, but just let's go back to Agartha, because it is such a tight body of work. There is a lyric on, I believe it's the Prayers song, which I think is number 2 on the EP. And you say a bar where you say, and obviously, Diamondz, you're going to have to hear it, because the way this gentleman plays on words is absolutely phenomenal. But he says, you say, grew up like an orphan, daddy was in jail, mummy was gone orphan. Yeah. So would you say that's what drove you to pick up the pen?
Nah.
No?
I didn't pick up the pen until I went to the pen.
Really?
Or I got out the pen. Like when I got out of jail, I started writing. But I did write one time when I was in school. I think I was in the 6th grade. I wrote a song, like a safety song. It was funny. I had wrote a rap about safety. They asked me to write a rap, me and my best friend. Shout out to TGF. Follow me in the building. Godfather. Me and the Godfather, TGF, we was in 6th grade, and they asked us to write a rhyme about safety. And that was my first rhyme ever.
So that was your first rhyme ever, but then you didn't write. So even when you was in pen, you weren't writing, you weren't flexing the pen in the pen.
Nah, I didn't.
Wow.
Nah, I had some. I used to go off the top when I was locked up. I was really good at that, and then I don't know, I lost that. Like when I got out, that shit was just like, I'm out now. Fuck going up the top. And then I got like a year or two maybe went by, and I got into. I was like, you know what? I'm about to start rapping. And then I started rapping. So I was like 17, 18. No, I was like 19. I was like 19 when I got out. 18 going on 20, and I started rapping.
Wow. So what's the creative process like for you, Dopebwoy? What's your thing? Do you need trees? Like, do you need people around you? Are you someone who has to write by themselves? Like, what's your creative process like?
I just need to hear, if I hear somebody spitting some shit and it motivates me, and I'll be like, damn, that motherfucker spit some shit. I gotta feel like I gotta spit some shit harder than him. That's how I write. That's my writing process. As of lately, when I was younger, you know, a couple years ago, a few years ago, many moons ago, I used to be able to pick up the pen at will, but now I gotta get like influenced and motivated. Like, oh, motherfuckers is still, and it takes a lot for me because it ain't too much shit that I hear that motivates me. So when I finally hear somebody. That's why when I heard that beat, the Dipset beat, how G Herbo's producer flipped it, and how Herbo rapped on it, influenced me to want to do it. Because I was like, oh, he talking some shit on it. That's on his album, I think 25 or something. So I don't know. But that shit, I heard that shit was fire. So I was like, nah, I gotta do some of this. And then it made me think like, I gotta bring all of the beats back and have them flipped. So I got my young boys all in the huddle. Because even though they're young, they are like 20, 22, 25, 20, but they all have that old school ear. I don't know if you can hear
I love that. So speaking of flipping samples and flipping, like there's this ill flip on Agartha, the cream flip, isn't it? Like it's the Agartha flex now. That's another thing I'm mad about you with. So, you know, kind of like maybe props to, well, no props, but...
Wait, you mad about me about the cream flip?
About the cream flip, because where's my feature, fam? Come on.
I'm saying, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I was supposed to have you on the Agartha, but like behind the scenes, you could edit this out. You had a lot going on when I was making that. You know what I'm saying? You did have a lot going on. You're very busy, very loopy. You was hitting the stage, then you was having some off problems off the stage. So it was like I couldn't really get you in there like that. And I asked, and you was like, yeah, send me something, blah, blah, blah. But I need more energy than that.
Okay, that told me. So I got just left off the project then. Okay.
No. And it was like I felt like I needed to because that was my first project in how many years? Probably like 6 or 7 years. So I felt like I needed to like give people more of me. There ain't a lot of features on it. It's not a lot of features on there. It's only 3 features on the whole. It's 4 features out of 13
songs. 4 features, yeah.
Out of 13 songs, there's 4 features. That's it. And those features are very slightly. They don't even really. Shout out to all my niggas right there. Shout out to my nigga Fresh.
Play.
Shout out Playboy. Just Play now.
Just play.
All right, and shout out to my nigga right there. He changed his shit to Grand Finale. So shout out to Grand Finale. Shout out to Fresh and shout out to Just Play. You know what I'm saying? Who else on there? One more person.
Yeah, there's someone else on the War Report. Who is it on the War Report?
Yeah, Grand Finale. So actually, it's only 3 features.
Yeah, because Fresh is on there twice.
Yeah, Fresh is on there, Just Play, and Grand Finale. Mm-hmm. Nobody else. So I was giving them more of me.
I hear that. So there is a section of the show, H, that I would love for you to do right now, and that is called A Minute of My Mind. And basically, we just want a 60-second narrative of whatever has been on your mind now, in the past, recently, whatever. What it could be about whatever, about the price of gas, whatever. Okay?
Let's start out with the gas though. The gas is weird because it's like you got everybody saying like, "Oh, I don't care how much gas go up to. It could be $10 a gallon. What I'm gonna do? Not buy it? I gotta get to work. I gotta go. I understand that, but you still have to pay attention to the gas because up the block it might be $10.50. Down the block it might be $9.59. That makes a difference, right? So you still got to pay attention regardless of what you're saying. Even if it's like 15 cents cheaper, 10 cents cheaper somewhere, 20 cents cheaper, you got to pay attention to that because all that counts. So don't say, oh, I don't care, I got to get it anyway. We all got to get it. We're going to have to get it anyway, but we still going to run to where it's cheaper at. Stop capping for the internet, and I love y'all.
Right, that's great that you literally finished that 5 seconds before time. That was brilliant. Okay, so the next section of the show, H, is, let's go with That's Crazy to Me, okay? So in That's Crazy to Me, H, what the whole premise is, you have to start a narrative or end a narrative with the sentence, that's crazy to me. And that's crazy to me is basically just a head fuck. So anything that you perceive as a head fuck, anything in the absolute world about any subject, that's crazy to me. Start the sentence or end the sentence with that's crazy to me.
It's crazy to me how people really live their lives based off memes / social media. It's crazy to me. Like people really take the meme seriously. I seen somebody on there. I joke and stuff like that because I'm like I try to be funny. I don't really, other than music, I'm putting some funny shit on there. But there be people who be dead ass in life, like, oh, they'll be like, oh, if it ain't this and that, then it ain't that, and it'll be something. It'll be a quote from like Twitter. You're using this right now in life, in real life, like outside of your app. That's crazy to me.
I love that. I love that. So I'm going to start a sentence. You finish it. You ready?
Yeah.
I love it when.
I love it when Sick calls me up and tells me that my music, one of my songs, is hitting.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. First time they fuss.
You said first time they fuss?
Yeah.
First time they fuss is the last time we'll fight.
Okay. So how about if I ruled the world?
Free all my niggas from Attica and send them to Africa.
Okay. Cash rules.
Everything around me and then some.
Okay. All right. And let me think. On or off the track?
I'm the waviest, baby. You already know.
Absolutely brilliant. Okay, then. So how about this one? And this is the final
Free
one.
my nigga Max B.
Wave God. Okay, so this is the last one. Okay. I put the ooh in goon.
Ooh. I put the ooh and goon. Yo, I love that song, man. I put the ooh and goon was a very creative bar.
Yeah,
if you ain't thinking,
creative.
if you ain't thinking, if your mind ain't snappy, you ain't gonna get that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. So H, where can the people find you if they want to hook you up, if they want to get at you, if they want to like check out your music? Where can they find you? Shout out all your social medias, please.
IG, created in Harlem, or you can look me up on iTunes. Dopebwoy Menace. Dopebwoy Menace. That's DOPEBWOY. Dopebwoy Menace, like Dope Boy Menace, like the Jamaican them would say. Dope Boy with the W and the W in that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So Dopebwoy Menace on any streaming platform. or Apple Music, and Created in Harlem is my IG. My Twitter is still H_Menace, H_Menace, and basically that's it.
Okay, so when is Megalodon dropping, and what can we expect next from the bar legend on this gulch?
Okay, so like I explained earlier, the Megalodon. I just decided to name it Megalodon because you agree with me, and I'm gonna take your I take your opinion very heavily. You know what I mean? Because you know how we get down sick. You know how we do. We spar. We some sparrers, bar for bar, right?
Bar for
So
bar.
yeah, facts. So
Like, no,
Megalodon.
seriously, like, no, bar for bar. Let's just talk about that for 1 minute,
Yeah.
H, because you are one person that I can be in a funk and feel like, yo, I got writer's block or whatever, and you will just randomly pop me up like, sick, I need your bars on this, and it might not even be a song of yours. It might be just some beat that you've heard it and thought I can body it, and you'll send it to me, and then like 5 minutes later, I'm sending you back the ill verse. I'm just like,
Sister Demi Moore bar.
yes.
We've been doing this, man. You know what I mean? 5-star
Sister
telly.
Demi
You know what I'm
Moore
saying?
bar.
5-star. You heard?
Yeah, 5-star. That'll be the minimum.
That'd be the minimum. You know what I'm saying?
Minimum.
We've been doing this shit, man. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm gonna go with the Megalodon intro. I mean, not intro, title, but still that's gonna be up in the air. But I feel like I really want that one right now. But
I think that really flows on after Agartha.
yeah, Megalodon. Okay, so Megalodon, and that's what we're gonna ride it. We're gonna call it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick to the Harlem format, but with the sped up beat, with the sample sped up, and a little bit more edgier and quicker now. You know what I'm saying? Big wave, I'm the Megalodon. Cold hearted, need a sweater on. All my
Or the guns
came
come
from
from Lebanon.
Women be Lebanese, on my vest be level 3. Niggas be dying over lust and greed. Fentanyl and everything. You can't even trust the weed. You feel me?
Big bars, big
That's
lyrics.
what we doing. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm definitely gonna get you on it. But I'm gonna need you on more than one though. So you gonna have to get your work. You got to pull the workbench out, sick.
Well, H, I already got it unlocked. So like, just come with the things and bodied straight
All right.
caskets.
Okay. Talk your shit.
So H, listen, talk about the juice bars for a minute.
Oh, shout out to the juice bars, man. If you want to go wavy with the juice bar, you want to get your health up, you want to get the detox, you want to get you want to lock in, you want to do that ginger, you want to do that sea moss, you want to do that elderberry, you want to do that bee pollen. Shout out to the juicebranch.com. We out there, we supporting health in many ways. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't about the health wave, and everybody be like, oh, that health stuff is overrated, but we support everything. We got the fish fry too. We got the seafood steamery. We doing the seafood. We got for the pescatarians. We got the seafood and all that. We also got stuff for everybody else too. If you're doing the chopped cheese and the chopped salmon, we got you too, man.
So where's the juice branches located? Where's the juice branches located?
That's located in 65 West Bridge in Catskill, New York. That's upstate New York. And the fish fry is located by Coney Island, right across the street from Stewart's on West Bridge Street.
Wow!
Come doing our thing. We showing support. We got 2 juice branches as right now. We got one in Hudson, New York, also, which is located on 7th Street Park, across the street from the train track. We right there. Home of Mike Tyson.
And that's a pretty backdrop right behind you. Where are you right now?
It's called Creekside. Very good guy. Very good dear friend of mine named Sean. He's a very good person. He got a restaurant on the creek, and he owns a boat dock where you could dock your boat and rent. You could pay him to rent him to dock your boat here, and you can come on the water and at the marina and have lunch, dinner, and you know what I'm saying.
I love that. So you guys are just some Black entrepreneurial kings. This is absolutely amazing. And also, let's just briefly talk about you work with the kids, because you work with young people, don't you?
Yes, I do. I work with young people. Yesterday we had a thing at Dutchman's Landing, which is a bit on the creek of the marina from my friend Sean's restaurant, a little bit down Dutchman's Landing, and it's a park, and I work with kids, and I have a program called the Tracks program where I teach kids how to record, engineer, stuff like that, and how to write 16s and count music and bars and lyrics and all that type of stuff. And we had a big gathering last night, and it went well. Shout out to the Catskill Clubhouse. We're doing our thing out here, man. Shout out to all the kids that was there that came through. Shout out to all the parents. Shout out to Stewart's for providing the ice cream and the water. Shout out to Logic from Def Jam providing the merch. We love y'all, man. Shout out to Road Recovery. We love y'all to death. We out here.
That's amazing. That's absolutely. I love to hear that. That literally really warms my soul. And didn't you have like a radio station with that you were doing with the
We
like an
still have the
internal radio station?
Yes, we still have the radio station. It's called Radio Lab every Friday. 90.7 WGXC, Anchor, New York. It's called Radio Lab, and we have kids that are the voices, the voice personalities on those radio shows, and I'm there on there with them every Friday from 6 to 7. Tune in, WGXC 90. You know what I'm saying? We there, 90.7 WGXC Radio Lab. We there. Flex. Shout out to the Clubhouse. Shout out to Kai. Shout out to my little homie Will. Shout out to my little homie Abe. Shout out to Chloe. Shout out to Aisha. Shout out to all of the little homies that be helping me on the radio station every Friday. We love y'all to death. It's game.
I love that. That's so amazing and heartwarming. Just keep up the amazing work. And thank you so much for not just being an inspiration when it comes to barring and pen game. It's beautiful to hear and know that not only are you just like a supreme lyricist, but you are also giving back where it matters. You've done some drives also, haven't you? Some charity type events, haven't you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, hell yeah. Yesterday was like a semi-charity event, but it was also like a promo. So we were giving out merchandise, and we were giving out free food and free brevs and stuff like that, and clothing and raffles. But we also were reeling people in for events that we have coming up, like dinners. We have dinners coming up. It's like if you're having a bad time with your parent, you can invite them out to dinner and they should come and stuff like that, like creative thoughts and stuff like that. So it's like if you're not getting along with your sibling or something like that, bring them down to dinner. Tell them you got a free dinner to invite them to. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So we've been doing stuff like that. It's been a success. You know what I'm saying? I know, like the kids don't really, you know, I try to tell them that music is freedom of speech and art. So you can express the art just like a painter can paint a nude picture, and the person might be nude. You might see a penis, you might see a vagina. I don't even mean to say that. Whatever. I don't know what we can say nowadays, but you might see that a painter might paint that, right? And it could be appropriate for a certain level of school. That's the same thing with music. Is so when people do music and they curse and they talk about this and they talk about that and things they've been through and things they saw, you have to accept it and embrace it in that same way. And that's what I try to distill into the kids with this music thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to the parents too. Don't take everything so personal. You know what I'm saying? It's just art. It's a form of expression. It's our freedom of speech.
Got you. It resonates all the way through. Dopebwoy, do you have any last words of inspiration that you can impart to independent entrepreneurs, artists, creators who are trying to do their thing and navigate in this world right now?
This is what I have for the people that are coming up and trying to do their own thing. Freedom of creativity, freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? And originality. Don't let nobody change you. Stick to the script. If you in it for the money, and you feel like you need to change, I can respect that too. But if you're not, and you're just in it for the artistry, creativity, freedom of speech, you know what I'm saying? Express yourself all the time. Do what's right. Do what you feel is right. Don't let nobody change you.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for your time this evening, Dopebwoy. We must do this again because you are literally one of the wittiest persons I know. So I
You
would
already
love to
know.
pick your So I'd love to pick your brain even further.
We're gonna do a part 2. I'm keeping my word for Sick and her fans. I know y'all fuck with her heavy, and I know y'all love her to death. So I'm telling Sick that me and her gonna do a part 2, and we're gonna get deeper
Definitely much deeper.
and
But
more
thank
personal.
you so much for your time this evening. I know you are a very busy man. Please do shout out your social medias once again for us, please.
You already know, Sick. I love you, man. Stay up,
Love
Queen.
you too.
Remember that Megalodon joint. I need you at least 3 feet in.
3 feet, 10 of them,
Yeah.
10
No.
toes down on
Nah.
each feet.
I need you 3 feet in. That's 30 toes.
That's what I said. I said 10 toes down on each feet.
That's 30 toes. I don't know how you gonna pull it off, but I need you 3 feet in.
I'm in
Word
there.
up.
I'm in there like swimwear, baby.
All right, love you. Love your fans, everybody. Shout out Sick. She's a great person. That's the queen. Most dopest lyricist. You know what I mean? Running it over there from Harlem to UK Connects. We've been fucking with each other for a long time. It's nothing but love. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the show. Respect. You heard? Dope boy.
Thank you
Love y'all.
so much. And until next time at Diamondz,
All
what
right,
I'm going to
Sick.
say, it is peace, love, and
Love
sickness.
you, Sick. Love you.
Love you.
Never smoking the cheetah fish, you said?
Not smoking anything called cheetah piss.